Woo! So, just because I feel like you guys don't, like, know me that... Sorry, I just, like, found something really nasty on my desk. I feel like I just want to kind of, like, give you guys a little bit of information about me. As you guys know, by one, I think I told you in one of my other videos, or if not all of them, I can't remember. And if you can't tell by my channel name, my name is Alicia. I am 16. I was born November 22nd of 99. And at the moment, I am in a long-distance relationship. I am bisexual, and I am proud to be bisexual. I have one whole sister, one half brother, and one stepsister, but I consider them all equally siblings, so they're all my whole siblings. But people like to get technical, and yeah. So, my dad is not in my life. He's been in and out of my life for 13 years, and at 13, I decided when I moved to Virginia, I was going to cut him off. So I cut him off. He has not been in my life since, except for a couple weeks ago when I moved back to Nauvoo. I seen him one time, and I was going to give him another chance, but he fucked that up. So, he's not my dad. He may have donated his sperm for me, but he's not. Let's see, my favorite number is 13. My favorite times of year would be whenever a Friday the 13th comes around, or Halloween. I love like kind of scary stuff. My grandma Hart, she was into the whole Halloween, Friday the 13th, scary movies. She was a child. She loved Phineas and Ferb and cartoons and SpongeBob, and she loved all that. The funny thing is she passed away in 2012 on Friday the 13th. So, she passed away on her favorite day. It was the day right... Or no, it wasn't. Never mind. I was going to say it's the day right before Valentine's Day, but no, it wasn't. It was either March or April. I'll have to look it up. I can't remember for sure. I know that sounds really horrible, but again, that was in 2012. It's 2016. I was 13 at the time, so I don't really remember. I tried to block that the day I found out. I tried to block it out, just because I was so close to my grandma Hart. Me and her were best friends, and I guess it just kind of hurts me to think about it. So, I don't really remember the month. I just know it was Friday the 13th of 2012. And then about a month before that, on December 19th of 2011, my mom had an accident. She fell 5 feet into a cement culvert. And if you don't know what that is, it's cement, but it's like one of those drain type things where it has like the pipe that goes under the road, and then it has like cement on top of it. She fell into one of those. What happened is she ended up getting a flat tire. Her and my sister were going into town to get some baby formula for my brother, because my brother had been born earlier that year in July. So my brother was, August, September, October, November, December. My brother wasn't even 5 months old yet. My brother was born July 30th of 2011. But anyway, so my mom fell into the culvert when she was trying to help my uncle change a tire, and she had several skull fractures, and she couldn't remember anything. She was in the hospital for the longest time. She was in the hospital for almost 2 months, I think. I think she got out of the hospital right before my grandma Hart passed away. She lost her sense of smell. She lost most of her memories. She had seizures for the longest time. It was those when she had her accident and when my grandma Hart passed away. Those were the hardest times that I can remember. Just to think about that, I could have lost my mom, and then a few months later lost my grandma. It just kills me. I mean, I still have my mom, but she does have problems. But how I found out about my mom's accident is me and my stepdad and my little brother were home. Me and my stepdad were out in the living room, and I think my brother was laying down, but I can't remember. We were out in the living room, we were watching TV. I was staying up, waiting for Mom to come home. And Dad's never told me, my stepdad never told me about it. I found out from a neighbor. We were sitting in the living room, and the neighbor had come over and said they're airlifting her to the hospital. She never said a name. She never said her mom. She said my mom. She just said her exact words. I remember clear as day. She's being airlifted to the hospital. And my stomach just sank. I started freaking out. I was like, who? He was being airlifted to the hospital. What's going on? Where's Mom? Eventually, my neighbor, she looked at my stepdad, looked back at me, and said, your mom. She had a confused look on her face because she thought I knew. She said, it's alright. I thought she knew, talking to my stepdad. And she left. Me and my stepdad got into a fight. I asked him how he could not tell me about this. And I asked him why he didn't tell me about it. He said that he didn't want to say anything until he knew something was wrong. But knowing what he knew, he should have told me. So after that, we made several trips to the hospital to see her. And then she got out. She was okay. She learned to walk again. She got some of her memories back, but not all of them. And then a few months later, when my grandma Hart passed away, my mom got the call right after me and my sister had gotten on the bus. And she had called my other grandma, telling my other grandma that she needed to, because Mom couldn't drive at the time because she was having seizures. So she called my other grandma and told her that she needed to come and take Mom to our school to tell us. And so we got to the school, and the office told me to go get my sister off the bus, because what it was is I was still in junior high. I think I was like in 5th or 6th grade. And then my sister was in high school, and so she got off the bus that picks us up at our house and got onto the high school bus, and I was told to go get her off the high school bus, so I went and got her off the high school bus. We went inside and we were waiting. We were wondering what's going on. Is mom okay? The office wouldn't tell us anything. They knew, but they didn't tell us anything. And I understand why they didn't, because it really wasn't their place to say anything, so they didn't. But and then when they got there, Mom and Grandma got out of the car. Mom was crying, and she told us that our Grandma Hart was dead. And I remember my sister, she just started bawling. And I mean, sorry. Like I said, it's hard for me to talk about this. My sister started bawling, and I was still processing. I really didn't know what to think. I was only 12 at the time. And so I really didn't understand. We got in the car and we went home, and I went right to my room. And I found a card that I had gotten from my last birthday, from my birthday where I turned 12, that my Grandma Hart had given me. And I remember holding on to that card for the rest of the day. I think I even fell asleep in my arms. After her funeral and everything, that's when everything went to hell. That's when my dad really started going off the rails and stopped wanting to see me and my sister. So that happened, and then my cousins quit going to see our grandpa. They haven't seen my grandpa since my Grandma Hart died, since her funeral. And her funeral was 13, 14, 13. It was 4 years ago. He hasn't seen them in 4 years. Me and my sister are the only ones that go to see him. And now that my sister's 900 miles away, I'm the only one that goes to see him. And I think that's bullshit. But the summer of 2012, you guys are going to think I'm making this up. The accident, and then my grandma, and then what's coming next. You guys are going to think I'm making it up. But I promise you, this shit is too shitty to make up. This summer, after my Grandma Hart died, I was raped. I was staying at a friend's house. Names will be withheld, just so I can protect people. But I was staying at a friend's house, and her boyfriend was over. He ended up staying the night. I knew I should have gone home when I found out he was staying the night, but I didn't. I said, okay, whatever. I mean, it's not like anything's gonna happen. And little did I know, things could happen. So, okay, this is more than a little bit about me. This is actually a lot about me. But that's what happened. I'm not going into detail about that. But to end this video on a happy note, I'm better now. I mean, I'll always carry those memories around with me. And that's just something I have to live with. But I know that I'm lucky. Because there are people out there who have it way worse than I do. There are people out there who don't have clothes or food or a roof over their head. I have all three. I have a loving, caring family. Some people don't have that. I have a lot to be thankful for. I have a boyfriend. Yeah, he's 8 hours away. But I have a loving, caring boyfriend. It means the world to me. So I guess I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have all the things I have. I wouldn't change that for the world. Bye, guys.